Jason on the air here for Hoops Factory TV with Kaeden Garcia, sophomore on the Willamette High School basketball team. Kaeden, thanks for joining us. Recently you got your first ranking, so we wanted to talk to you. You've been kind of increasing your levels as you go through the process of kind of accelerating through high school. I wanted to ask you just kind of about your introduction to the game. When did you start playing basketball, and who introduced you to the game?
I started playing basketball like in the first grade, second grade, and then I just been like watching Curry since I was a young age, and my dad just showed me him when I was young, so that's why I started playing basketball.
And is it something that you kind of like just fell in love with, or was it something more that you thought you were good at and could excel, or is it more like, oh man, I just really love the game?
Now my sister was playing basketball before me, and then I just like was outside with her, and I just got like playing basketball.
Okay, for sure. And then I know that you're there at Incline Sports today, get workout in, and it's a Sunday. What's
hmm
your normal workout routine like? Is it
Uh,
kind of
whenever I
all?
whenever I don't have high school practice, I usually work out with my coach Devonte.
Okay, cool. And then Devonte, what kind of drills does he have you running through? Are you obviously playing point guard, ball handling, passing? Or are you really kind of developing shots, trying to be a scoring point guard? Where are you seeing yourself develop to?
For him, I just try to get him to be since like I'm not that tall, so I'm 6 foot, and at the level that I play at, I'm still the shortest on the court like he is. So I just try to get him to understand that size doesn't matter. You could do the same things that everybody else is doing. So that includes like finishing around the rim, ball handling, and basically shooting. I feel like those are the three things that you need as a point guard. So that's usually what we
And
work on.
Kate, for sure, yeah, no. And then, Kaden, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a scoring point guard, or do you can see yourself as in the facilitating role as well?
I see myself like passing the ball, getting my teammates open more before I shoot the ball and score.
Okay, good. But then you got to be make sure you're ready you are called upon to hit that jumper.
Yeah, I stay ready.
Okay, beautiful. And then I know you were recently at Portland Pilots Camp with one of Hoops Factory's TV's favorites, Coach Shante Leggins. How was that experience for you? Were you able to kind of test yourself against some better players, or was it really about kind of being aggressive and showing people what you could do?
No, I was just mostly being aggressive and also like seeing the competition out there, seeing how like up in Portland and Eugene, how it's different.
Yeah, and I noticed that you played in a bunch of different areas: Idaho, Las Vegas, Washington. Do
Mhm.
you find that like when you go to those different areas, the players are a little bit different? Like for instance, I know Devonte's from Palmdale. I bet you he'll tell you Palmdale ballers are different.
Yeah. Vegas is like Vegas and all the other places out there are like more competition, but also like it's kind of like more freedom, kind of more than Eugene.
Gotcha. Did you feel like a lot of times you up there in Eugene, real structured basketball?
Yeah, like not really that much freedom, but there's like freedom, but not as much as other places.
Sure. And do you like for instance, Harden, of course, had a big game in game one of the playoffs recently. I talked about that. He talked about having that freedom, and now it looks like James Harden might actually leave to kind of explore that freedom. Do you like that? Is that just more fun for you when you get a little loose out there?
Yeah, it's like I can do more things and I can be relaxed instead of just be focused on one thing.
Okay, good. And then after Portland Pilots camp, I saw that you had gone to Oregon Ducks camp, and I heard you were able to talk with Coach Dana Altman. What kind of
Mhm.
advice was Coach Altman giving you?
He was just saying keep working, things don't come like that. You have to keep putting the work in and everything. He's a very good coach.
Gotcha. And you mentioned like putting the work in. So you got your first ranking recently for the state of Oregon. How
Mhm.
importantly do you view rankings? For instance, versus like let's say what your coach and your trainer are telling you. For instance, let's say you start rising up the rankings, but Devonte's telling you you're slacking off. Or conversely, what happens if all your coaches and your trainer are happy with you, but you start dipping in the rankings? Like, how importantly do you think the rankings are? Are you like, no, they're not that important as long as my coaches are happy? Or are you like, no, I got to have them both?
No, I don't really care about the rankings. I just care about how I'm doing myself and how other people on my team or coaches, think.
Okay, good. And then how important do you think it is to be a kind of a coachable player, especially in today's kind of era? We're seeing a lot more people who are coachable and can play in a system going versus people who just have out and out talent. For instance, I'm a big fan of point guards myself. A couple of years ago, there was a pretty heavy point guard class with Trey Young, There was a guy named Trayvon Duval who went to Duke. Not a guy named Jalen Hands who was at UCLA. Really, Trey Young is the only one who kind of made it, and a lot of that was attributed to his work ethic and his coachability. How important do you think that is for yourself?
I feel like you gotta be a good like player to be like coachable and everything. But also at the same time, I feel like you need to like, just do your own thing sometimes too.
So lastly, when traveling to different areas, I would imagine you could end up in gyms where you don't know a lot of other kids. I know when I go to hoop somewhere new, I always want to make my first shot because I know that means I'm going to get more and more looks. Do you ever feel extra pressure to play kind of perfect when you don't know a lot of other players in the building?
Now I feel like I have more freedom when I don't know any other people in the building because like they don't really like know me, so I don't really care what they think that much. Yeah.
Thanks to Kaeden Garcia, and extra special thanks to his pops, Aaron Garcia, my former high school teammate. Make sure to hit that like button and smash the subscribe button for more.